is it?
She's dying again.
Oh. Again! Yeah.
So what do you think? You think this is in Nick Stevens' top 10?
Top 10. Top 10 greatest hits. Yeah, or top 10 of all time. Yeah. He's got a lot of Nintendo games that are in his top 10 of all time.
You're not going to believe this coming from me, but this is...
I love every... This is probably going to be the most infamous soundbite you have, but this is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Definitely top 10.
Top 10. The best was when it's sped up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But getting back to Zelda, my top one's Adventure of Link. I spent the most time on it. I love Adventure of Link.
I love that one so much.
Then my second favorite's Wind Waker. I loved Wind Waker, which is funny because I hated the cartoonish feel of
I don't like the
Link's Awakening, but I loved the cell shading of Wind Waker. But then I also loved Minish Cap. Minish Cap was my third favorite because it was such a cool idea.
Which is funny because Minish Cap looks so much like Link to the Past.
No, you're thinking Link Between Worlds.
No, and Link Between Worlds was the true sequel.
Minish Cap was a little different.
Oh.
It wasn't quite...
This one's not too bad.
This one's,
it's the next one. Oh, you have 2 life.
Yeah,
this
I know.
Is stupid.
You're playing like Andy.
Yeah,
well,
this is kind of easy. You guys said the spiders were so fucking hard, or so fucking easy. This looks easy too.
No, I have trouble with this one.
Oh.
So, and then it goes,
Oh,
it goes all the way
This
back.
Are
is
you
what
serious?
No, I'm actually happy with where it starts you.
Because it resets your magic.
No, it doesn't reset your magic.
It's when you're dead. When you die.
continue.
But watch, no, but watch. In this one, it's these red ones that used to be only 10, like in the first one,
yeah.
and it actually refills your entire magic meter.
Oh, yeah,
in this one. So it's like, it put me from 12 to 100.
So now if you have to continue, where do you continue? 7-1?
7-2.
Right.
Oh,
there,
so right here is where you're
I think
done.
so. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this isn't quite as dick as the
No,
first one
no.
was. All right.
Not quite.
Yeah, because in the first one, if you
it's
died
tough,
as Jaquio,
though.
you ended up
There's
all the way
6-1.
back outside where you fought Maul.
Yes.
But if you died like midway through or whatever, you started inside the temple.
Yeah, you started at wherever
Yeah.
you died in the temple.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you going for any more systems?
I am going after the Game Boy, like the original Game Boy carts.
Really?
Just because I love the original Game Boy. I love the carts in the sense that because I don't have as much time to play video games as I would like to, but with Game Boy games, like I feel like you could literally play them for like 2 hours and have like you could either have the game beat completely or else you will be like basically well on your way to beating the game. And so I like that aspect of the Game Boy game. So now I've got about 250 Game Boy games, and so I've got about...
How many total?
There is 517.
That blew my mind. I had
517.
no idea there was 517 original.
Oh,
Game Boy.
just the original gray card
Jesus
Game Boy games.
Christ.
Yep.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was only in like the 200 or 300s. I did not think there were fucking 500.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Is Nintendo? Just because it's easier to haul that out because all it connects with is one single jack.
That's
as
what
opposed to-
Brian Breaker uses.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a cool fucking system. I
It
really
sounds
like
pretty cool.
it. Yeah. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know if they're necessarily.
Oh,
easy
you have to
find
don't
anymore.
have to do the boss again. But in the first one, I thought you had.
No, you don't.
Did you have to do all the bosses
you did
again?
not.
That's what I was asking before. It's, I know you fought his dad, and then you fought like the big nose or whatever, the big face. You had to hit the nose, and then you fought Ash or Jaquio, where he
Jaquio,
floats up on
yeah.
the top.
Is he not?
Yeah.
But this one, I assumed was the same, where you didn't have to fight.
Yeah,
that
you
would
don't
be
have
insane.
to. Yeah, that would be super insane. Come on. Oh shit. I'm
Which, who knows? That might be 3.
Yeah.
We've never gotten that far.
So you have about 200.
Nope. Fuck. Damn it.
1 hit. Aren't you glad you're on? You get to see the meltdowns.
Damn it!
firsthand.
Damn it. I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, just shut up, all of you. I'm fine.
I got some extra copies of Tetris for the Game Boy.
Ooh. Ooh, I'm good. I've got Tetris. Thanks.
Super RC Pro.
I got it.
Super Mario Land.
Yep.
Any of the Mega Mans.
I-
Donkey Kong.
I am getting lightheaded.
Oh my god, take it easy.
It is good.
I don't know
Plasma.
how this- No. Are you kidding? I ain't rich. I couldn't afford plasma at the time. I got this maybe 10 fucking years ago.
Okay,
So it's probably just LCD.
Come on.
I would imagine.
probably.
Throw the damn star.
Actually, we'll probably see it when we're done playing. You'll see like score and stage and all that shit burned into the television screen. But yeah. Well, this is nuts.
I fucking hate this guy.
Man, I think you gotta give it to a real ninja over there.
Uh-huh.
I'll give it a try. I won't take the whole game from you, but I'll give it a shotski.
So you don't like? Oh!
Sometimes all you need to sometimes all you need to do is threaten Paul.
I
and
think
just
I'm
like, give him that
too
little
light.
I'm
nudge.
pretty sure I'm dead, actually, right now.
I'm pretty sure if I remember right, this one is hard as Get Out. No.
No, this one's easier than the
the
last
middle
one.
one?
Yeah.
So did
middle
you-
one's the tough one.
Did you happen to see that announcement for the that Poly Mega? It's like a Retron thing, but it does
That's
CD
the one
based.
with the. Is that
The
attached
modules.
with the different
Yep.
modules?
Yes.
Yeah. I
So
saw
right
that.
off the bat, it plays Sega CD, and I want to say was Neo Geo CD.
I think Neo Geo was on there
You
too.
Turbo
could get
Graphics was
Turbo
hard.
Graphics.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was Cart. The Turbo Graphics.
It
They're
might have
the
only
carts?
been card.
they're even doing Sega Saturn, I think. Aren't they? Didn't they say they were doing Sega Saturn?
No.
As a module?
I don't think so.
I thought they were.
The four cart.
I know
Oh,
Tur-
it's kind of like a
Turbo
redo
was
of the
one.
first
Oh
one.
boy.
Turbo was one of
Yep.
them.
Oh.
Because I know for a fact it was Sega CD, which was an odd choice to me because I don't think the Sega CD library was that prevalent.
I don't-
Not compared to the Saturn or Dreamcast. So I wonder why they went with Sega CD.
That's my second favorite system.
Sega CD.
Sega CD.
I do like the Sega CD. I have quite a few games for it that I really, really love. I bought the system exclusively for Shining Force CD. Because
I got
growing
that
up,
one.
I
Yeah.
wanted my parents to buy the Sega CD just for Shining Force CD. Never got it. But
I think I got that.
yeah, I have
Or
that.
is this
I have the Lunar games, and then I have
I
Vague.
got the first one. One working design on Sega CD.
Could do no
Well,
wrong.
just any.
It could
Well,
do no
Sega
wrong
CD
in the
was so
Saturn
awesome.
era.
The cutscene,
They're
I bought every single one
Yeah.
of them. Except for one I think I don't have.
the
Yeah.
prices of working design games now
Astronomical.
shows that they could do no wrong.
They were kind
They
of
were
like
awesome RPGs.
yeah, kind of like Irem was for the original or for the NES. Like if you saw that or Broderbund, you knew the game was top notch.
It was going to be good. Yeah.
Yes.
Working Designs was fantastic.
I do have Shining Force CD.
I loved it. I loved it so much because I played Shining Force Final Conflict for the Game Gear, which was
Okay.
the second book of Shining Force CD.
Oh,
But that was the only one they
yes,
released
that's
here.
Right. That's right.
For the Game Gear anyway, and it was a weird like demake of the second book, but man, I fell in love with that game. I've loved the Shining series. I wish they would have stuck with the strategy RPG
Oh no!
genre instead of going to action RPG like they did with Shining Wisdom. But
Oh,
I don't know,
just
man.
love- What-
It
Yeah.
because Shining Force Neo for the PS2 was action RPG. What's the other one? Shining Tears for the PS2 was action RPG. Like it almost went strange. Like I feel like even Shining Force Feather, which never came out here, was. Did you ever play any of the Growlancer games for the PS2?
No.
Well, it was like a strange strategy, but instead of moving in a grid, you had like an area, like a circular
Oh,
area
okay,
you could
yeah.
go, and that's how Shining Force Feather went.
Well,
so
that-
it felt weird.
That's kind of similar to the original Shining Force. It wasn't a circle, but you
It
had
was
the
on the
squares
grid.
where
Yeah.
you could travel to.
Yeah, there were a lot of really good like games like that.
What I loved on the Sega CD, what makes me love it, is the oh my goodness, I'm losing my full motion video.
Yeah,
I
FNEs were
I love-
amazing.
Dracula Unleashed, Night Trap,
Night Trap.
Night
Jesus
Trap.
Christ.
Shining Sherlock Holmes. Speaking of Night
Oh
Trap,
yeah.
I got the collector's edition for the Switch. Should be coming in a couple weeks.
Oh cool.
I got the collector's edition, which has on a VHS cassette all the video, and you can play it in your VCI.
That's
I
crazy.
think I think that's what it was.
If
I
anybody's
come on.
still- you haven't taken off a single peg.
Am I?
You're not hitting
No,
them,
no, I'm not. Okay.
but oh, I just love I love all the full motion videos. Ground Zero,
Yeah.
Texas,
Okay.
the
Psychic Detective.
Jamaican one.
Psychic Detective was an
Corpse
FMV.
Killer.
That was Psychic Detective was
No, that was
for
3DO.
that was no it, well it was 3DO
Was
but
it
it was also
PS1?
PlayStation. Yep.
Yeah. And then
Is this all this is?
This is
Yeah.
So this is essentially
Yeah,
like a
this one's
It's like
regurgitated
it's a
first-
regurgitated one
first
from
one.
one. Yep.
this one
Wow.
is easier.
Yeah, it
It's
definitely looks
the
easy.
middle one's the
It's
hardest.
the middle
one.
one's the hardest for sure. That's it.
Holy shit, dude.
Damn.
And you got a bonus one up. Who gives a shit?
Dang.
Yeah, I thought Sega CD was a strange choice, but it's a cool idea, the Polymega. The only thing that I don't like is the modules. I can imagine being anywhere from $60 to $100 a piece.
You gotta buy each one that you want.
And
But
exactly.
at least each one comes with a controller, just in case. Because it looked like all the ports were authentic, so you could use authentic ports or
It did look
authentic
like that,
controllers.
Yeah.
So, in essence, you were getting a Genesis for that thing.
But see, and that's like you said with the modules, that's the big thing that I don't like about it is the fact that the system itself is going to be like $200 or $300, and then the modules are going to be at least $100 a piece.
Yes.
So it's
Which I
like
suppose, if you really boil it down, isn't that out of the ordinary? How much is a NES?
50, 60 bucks.
So
maybe?
you figure 50, 60 is what you're possibly spend on that. Then you automatically get a controller. Possibly 2 controllers, I'm not quite sure.
I'm guessing it'll probably be one.
Probably just the one.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about AV cables because it's already with the base module.
Sure,
You don't have to
sure.
worry about power because it's already with the base module. So it's almost kind of boiling down to what it would be to buy a system anyway.
Yeah.
I like
Who
the
knows?
concept, but I own all them systems already.
That's
I
the
know,
thing.
and that's the thing. Yep.
But if you think about it, for kids of this generation, that's going to be the way they're going to play the authentic games.
But are they going to pick it up? That's the question. I don't know if they
I don't
will.
think they are.
I don't think they
are.
will.
You don't
I
think
think
so?
they're trying to hit the
Nope.
retro crowd.
Which
Oh,
is
and I
funny.
wa-
Which is funny because the retro crowd already has all the systems, like you said.
I want to play on the system. I hate with Wii U. I got like
The virtual console.
virtual console
It's
because
not
they had
the
some
same.
$1 games
Yeah.
Mhm.
when it launched. So I bought all the $1 games. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same as playing on the original hardware.
Yep.
No, and they won't understand that, unfortunately.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of won't. Paul and I wanted to do a social experiment, kind of like back when Regency Mall was prevalent. I wanted to sit there and record myself talking to kids that would come in and out of GameStop or whatever, and be like, would you rather have PS4 with like Call of Duty or whatever, or like the top 3 most popular games now, or would you rather have a NES with like the top Hondo games, like
Yeah.
the top 100? I almost wonder who would take more.
Mm-hmm.
Like what would go more? Would they rather have the NES or would they rather have the PS4?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Now, I got a PS4.
Yeah, I do too.
I got most of the newer systems,
Mm-hmm.
minus the Xbox One.
Amen, brother. Fuck the Xbox One.
The only game I want on there is Rare Replay. Retro games.
yeah. Yeah.
That's the only game I want. But I love the retro stuff.
Mhm.
I'm not saying I don't play it. I do have Night Trap on the PS4 too.
Well, it's weird because it feels like console exclusivity is a thing of the past. With the exception of
Yeah.
like, if you've noticed, a lot of like Wii U or Switch games, or
They're only
Wii
for
or
that
Switch
system.
are only for that, and they
Yeah.
very, very rarely ever make their way, with the exception of the indies, to
The indie titles,
the
yeah.
other ones. Because it feels like PS4 or Xbox One, they share a library.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's on PS4, very rarely does it make its way to Xbox,
Yeah.
whereas it's the other way around.
And I think part of the reason is that PS4 and Xbox One are on disc. It
Mhm.
costs the same for that disc. You're using cartridge now,
Yeah.
and depending on how much storage space, the cost of that cartridge goes up with more storage space. So
Yeah.
that might be part of the reason too.
Which is why I suppose bulk of Switch games coming out are only $40 at launch as opposed to 60 where it is with those. However, that's also limiting a lot of the developers. I think we talked to Tim about this in one of the Mega Man games where it's the Legacy collection for the Switch is Legacy 1 and then Legacy 2 is a download.
I hate that.
It drives me bananas.
That's why I will not buy it.
I haven't bought it either. But there was talks of Nintendo releasing 64 gig carts for developers. But now are the games coming out going to be $60?
It's gonna cost more because 64. I'm assuming it's probably an SD card for the most part.
Oh yeah, they're basically SD cards that are
cards,
proprietary
but
to
Nintendo.
Because I mean, they don't look like SD cards.
Right.
But I would assume it's essentially.
But it's got the
16.
same. Yeah, it's got the same size. Yeah.
Card costs more than 16.
Which, to be honest, 64 gig cards in and of themselves aren't that expensive. $30, $40.
Spoiler alert: Irene lived.
Told you.
Spoiler.
Yeah, she's not.
What
dead.
is she in the third one? Don't spoil it for me.
Tecmo Theater Volume 2.
Damn, dude, Ninja Gaiden 2 in the bank.
So in the bank.
Fucking done.
Right.
That's it. So, your memories of Ninja Gaiden 2.
Oh man, like I said earlier, this is the first series that I remember had like cinematics, had the cutscene, and at that time, this would be late '80s, early
Yeah,
90s.
this was 1990. Yeah.
It was phenomenal because you did
Oh,
not
yeah.
have storytelling. If you go back to Adventure with the Duck Dragon,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Adventure Island.
Oh my God! There's that. That's the screaming man. What is
the
it? Salvador Dali? Yeah, the scream.
Scream.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow, he's actually really a lot more badass in this than he was in the first. I'm not gonna
yes,
lie.
absolutely. But man, it was phenomenal.
Mhm.
You did not have storytelling, and then on top of it, if you had storytelling, it was most likely like in game with bubbles.
Or it was just like a small scene. Like we just
Yeah.
did Isolated Warrior, where context was limited to pretty much one small paragraph and just one still, and that was it.
Or still,
Yeah,
it wasn't
and that
like
was-
a
and that was
movie,
it,
a
yep.
movie or a movie. So I have so much memories about that.
Yeah.
And then when I first rented, it was either 1 or 2. I think it was the first one I rented, and that was the first time I saw that. This
Yeah.
is so cool. And then 2 came out, and that I eventually bought it, just played the hell out of it, and kept playing it every day after school. It was like my repeat game, even though I'd already played it and beaten it. And the music, I love the music in this game. I think it's pretty phenomenal. And
Yeah, it's good.
just lots of memories on this game. And
Street Fighter 2010 was
first one.
another one where
Yes.
it had just the still, but it had scrolling text, so it took that. They could
Yeah.
talk more, kinda.
Mhm.
But
it's kind of like
yeah.
Gogol 13.
Yeah.
I think it was the same way. It was all stills.
Mhm.
But this was kind of like a video game movie in a
It-
way.
Honestly, it really was, and I could see this. I mean, that's what the guy who created Metal Gear Solid. Why am I blanking on his name? Hideo Kojima. He basically, that's what he said when he created Metal Gear Solid, was he wanted to create a game that was more than just a game, but was almost like a cinematic experience.
Almost like
And-
immersion.
Yeah. And this really does feel, from the very first Ninja Gaiden game to this game to number 3, the whole trilogy on the Nintendo, like, that's what this feels like. This really feels like this was the precursor to having a cinematic experience in a
Aw.
video game.
They're in love.
Because, I mean, like we're saying, there's no... In games, there was either like just a little small blurb or a still, or in some
Yeah.
cases, there was no
There was
context
nothing.
whatsoever. You had to read either the instruction booklet, or there was just nothing in the game saying what the story was.
Yeah,
This gives
absolutely.
you everything from start to finish. It gives you an opening. It gives you the opening cinematic, and then you push start, and then you get into the story, and it continues right where the first one left off.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so cool.
Yes.
You did not get that continuity in games like of this era, of this generation, very often, if ever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Ninja Gaiden is the only one I can think of that had that kind of continuity.
Absolutely. Not only that, the quality of the game. I mean, the translation, you don't get
Yeah.
any...
It was actually pretty spot
it
on.
was
Yeah.
spot on.
They had
Not
great
like,
translation.
Super bad English.
What was
Yeah.
it? The Genesis game.
All your base, all your
Zero,
base are belong.
Zero Wing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all your base are belong to us. Yeah.
And it was just, I don't think there's
Well, even
anything lost in translation in this.
even X-Men. Welcome
Yes,
to
yes.
die.
Yes.
Even as far as Mega Man, I mean, they call him Dr. Wright and so on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, come
That's
on,
it.
Dr. White, gotta go get Dr. Wiley.
Right?
Dr.
Like-
Wywee.
Yeah, so
white,
it's,
white and light.
I mean, I give it to it. It's
It is.
definitely cleaned up a lot more than a lot of NES games.
Oh,
are.
yeah, for
The
sure.
cinematics, I didn't realize quite how extensive the cinematics really were in this
Yeah,
fucking game. It
it
really
is.
felt good. Like,
It did.
one was good. This
Yeah.
one took it a step further.
really
I want to
did.
say 3 even took it even
It-
farther
three-
than that.
Yeah, 3 may have even taken it further. So
Yeah. So, I mean, fuck, dude. It is a really good experience. We were talking through a lot of the cutscenes, so when I edit this later, I'm going to watch them, but I feel like the story was a lot more fleshed out than one was.
Except for the one Paul skipped.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Except the one that what?
You skipped, you schmuck.
I'm sorry. That ended up
honest,
being the only cutscene that I skipped. I felt bad.
I did not even know you could skip the cutscenes.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you just push start.
All right, man. So
So-
we'll get into what we give it. Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos. What do you give it for difficulty, Paul?
So honestly, I think that the difficulty of this game, this one was a lot easier than the first one was.
Absolutely.
But I would still, if I put a number, I would have to say it would be at least a 5. I've got to give it the 5, just because of the fact that you do have unlimited continues, but the game is so much more forgiving this time around when it comes to the life bar, that it's so easily doable. And a lot of the times that you're falling into pits and that you're getting hit by an enemy and getting knocked back and then dying, I mean, you kind of know what you did wrong and you can easily overcome it like the next time around.
I wouldn't say easily.
Well, maybe not easily, but the bosses all had very predictable patterns. They had patterns that were very easily identifiable, very easy to beat, with the exception of the second boss, of course, because he was very difficult.
He was harder than any other boss. I'll be perfectly
I
honest
think
with you.
he's
Listen to this
actually
guy.
the
No,
easiest
seriously.
one.
That stupid-ass guy that I had to fight in the waterfall was a joke. He really is a
well,
joke.
he is a joke.
Pattern-wise,
He is.
the guy you had to fight, the flying guy, he's a joke.
The second guy
The
is
second guy,
super easy.
it's predictable, yes, but you have that external factor, that fucking wind pushing you around into him,
The
pushing you
second-
away from him. Like, that's really the only... That's what makes him... He should have been like a third level
The
boss.
second one is the easiest because you go on the wall and just spam the flames going up because it
If you
takes
have
out
it.
all the
Even-
spiders.
Yeah,
and
but even if you don't, you climb up the wall. You wait until you can avoid the spider. You climb up the wall. You get to his level, and he won't
He'll jump down.
he
I know.
won't spout out more
He'll jump
spiders.
down, you
He'll
jump
jump down. You jump down. You slash him 2 times. Rinse, repeat. That's literally
Mhm.
it. Yes, the weather does get in the way of things because it can mess up your jump and your descent, but at the same time, it's not gonna make or break things.
No,
It's
but
not.
to be honest, I feel like he was harder than any of the other bosses.
Well, the other bosses that you fought, yeah.
Well, even the ones you fought were really not that hard. None of the bosses were really that flying guy easy. He was a piece of cake for babies, as I said.
He's
He's a piece of cake. He's for babies.
He's for babies.
But honestly, I was gonna go 6 for difficulty. I feel you're right. It is easier than 1, by far. This one's a lot easier than 1. The controls to me take a little bit more getting used to. I do feel like they were a little more sluggish. I love you can climb the walls.
Yes.
Climbing
Yes.
the walls was a huge, vast improvement. The fact you got the downward fire.
I like that
was
there was a lot more
vast
variety.
improvement.
There was a lot more variety of the sub weapons.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
The hit detection, I didn't understand what you were saying. The hit detection felt fine to me. It was the fact that his jump felt different.
Maybe that's what
Honestly,
it was.
we're
But
gonna plug in one and you're gonna feel it. You too, motherfucker.
I said
You're gonna feel his jump is strangely sluggish in this one, which is strange.
I just felt like with doing Jaquio. Yes, I know that the star in his in the center was his hitbox, but that's why I was saying like hit detection was just a little bit off to me because there would be times where I would be slashing at him and it wouldn't do damage to him, and then there's times where I'm hitting him in the same area and it's doing damage.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the shadow ninjas that follow you, if you can get them to hit the enemy, it doesn't matter where they hit, it's going to be an instant hit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is that? Like, where's the hitbox? I don't know where the hitbox is.
To be honest, I almost feel like the Shadow Ninjas were a hindrance. Because they were very confusing because everything's moving around you.
They
And
were in a sense where you could kind of lose track of enemies coming at
Yeah, you
you
can.
versus the shadow ninjas, and you're paying attention to them instead of paying attention to you sometimes.
Yeah, it
so it
just
can
got-
get distracting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do like the fact that you have that.
It is cool.
It-
You can
it's
get the
nice.
3 weapons out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
that-
nice.
3 times.
It was
the damage.
definitely a lot
Which-
better for sub-weaponage.
Which again does make it a little bit easier because you're dealing 3 times the damage if you
If you
position
have 'em.
them right and you have them, which they do give you a lot of power-ups in order to get them, or at least one of them.
Yeah.
I suppose that's true. Well, I mean, with the exception of like that second boss where that stretch didn't give you any shadows, you were it was just me. You didn't get it. You had
He gave me
shadows
one,
because you
yeah.
went all the way back to 7.
7-2.
Two.
7-2.
So you still had 2 whole screens to go to get that shadow ninja.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
and then you only had the one.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. like you said, unlimited continues is great, but doesn't necessarily mean you're going to beat the game.
No, sure.
It could get frustrating, whereas, and you and I are always going to go back and forth on this. We had done Isolated Warrior. It wasn't in our videos. I purposely cut it out because we did solidify our decision to make that game a 7 for difficulty. However, Isolated Warrior gave you not only unlimited continues, but passwords. So if you got fucking fed up with level 6, you could quit. You could say, fuck it. I'll come back to it at a different time when I'm a little less heated, a little more, I can study up the other levels. I can study this level up. In this one, if you quit level 6 or 7 out of frustration, you had to start from ground zero, baby. You had to build yourself all the way back up to level 7.
Yeah.
And I feel like that alone does kind of edge it a little bit higher to a 6.
I don't think so, just because of the fact that, like, levels 1, 2, and 3, and even, like, 4, it doesn't really start getting difficult until, like, 5. And so it's like you're kind of getting the learning curve.
Yeah.
And the learning curve is so fair in this game. Where it really
good.
does not get difficult until those later levels, and by that point, yes, you should know the game by that point.
Yeah, but the enemy placements are, it's
enemy
common
they are
platformer.
trolls.
They
Tecmo,
put them exactly where they need to be to fuck you
Tecmo
over.
are trolls.
Yeah.
They know exactly where to put them, where
Yep.
they should be, and in this time, when you go all the way back to level 7 too, if you die at the boss, they knew this time that was not a glitch. They knew what they did from the first one, and they thought, yep, that's part of the difficulty, and we're going to do it again. So yes, it was difficult in that sense, but I do think that there was a lot of things that they did that just made the game a lot more doable.
The forgiving life bar was by far was very nice, which is why this doesn't get as high of a mark as the first one did.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think the first one, we haven't done the retrospective yet for Ninja Gaiden 1, but I think between you and I, we had rated that one a 7.
7 for difficulty. Yeah.
That one's rough.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, like we said, you're taking 4 pegs of damage every hit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
From a bird.
Whereas this one, it looked like you were taking anywhere from 1 to 3. I don't think anything
2.
ever.
I think 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
I don't think anything takes.
Maybe there was a thing that took off 3.
Boss.
Maybe 1, but
maybe it was a boss. Maybe it was
but
a boss.
honestly, the majority, 90% of everything, either took off 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So
I mean that, and
yeah.
it felt like the health ups were very plentiful in this compared to 1.
The
health ups in 1 felt very scattered.
Yeah.
But I feel like just out of overall difficulty, this one felt more of a 6 than it did middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
As far as platformers go, there are platformers we played that are easier than this.
Mm-hmm.
And, this one, I feel like it's a 6. Personally. What do you think it is?
How do you feel about the difficulty?
If you had to give it a difficulty rating, 1 to 10. 5 is middle of the road. It's common platformer. You plug in, you do struggle, but it's all right. You can kind of overcome it. What do you feel this one
10,
is?
it can't be beat. 1, give me a Fisher Price.
Take nostalgia out of it. The fact that you do know it. Let's say you were a first-time player coming into it.
Okay.
What would you think this is? Be the deciding factor for this.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say 4. 1.
No, absolutely not.
Mega Man 4 for 3 all the way around.
For me, originally, I would say it's a 7 or an 8.
Damn.
Well, but hear me out.
All right,
7 or 8.
this.
1.
Yep.
I didn't play it today. I haven't played this for probably 15 to 20 years.
Damn.
And so.
Way to date yourself.
Oh wait.
I want to
take me back. It might even be close to 30 years. But and remembering back to that time, how hard it was. But then listening to you two talk and watching you two play it today, and I hadn't played Ninja Gaiden, and for that same amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know 1 is much harder than 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't have the clones. And then the last level, you have to start back all the way to the beginning, and the how much life is taken off.
Mm-hmm.
And listening to you two talk and watching you two play and how quickly it was beaten, I think I'm gonna have to drop it down a little bit to 6, 7.
Okay.
Okay.
And I am surprised.
Outvoted, bitch.
But I am surprised that you only gave the first one a 7 because that one is hard.
Yeah.
I would have probably gave that at least an 8.
And, you know,
maybe it's something that we'll have
Yeah,
to revisit
'cause like I
too,
said, we haven't
because
done-
we haven't officially done.
No.
Yeah, we haven't officially done our difficulty on it yet. But who knows? Maybe it will be an 8.
Which
'Cause
actually,
that game is tough.
I
It's-
would lump Ninja Gaiden 1 in with Castlevania as far as difficulty goes.
Yeah.
Because Castlevania 1's pretty fucking brutal. We gave
Yeah.
that an 8.
I gave that an 8.
So actually, you might not be
Yeah.
far off. I feel like this and Castlevania kind of hold hands as far as difficulty goes. Because even Castlevania 1 is
Yeah.
unlimited continues.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
that one's
good
almost
point.
forgiving because as soon as you get to Dracula, boom, you're stuck there.
Yep.
Well, the Grim Reaper is the hardest
Yes,
part, from
I
what I
hate-
recall.
I hate the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. Death was a fucking disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking the first one's like an 8, 9. And
I wouldn't say it's
you know,
9.
I don't.
Castle Quest, I think we gave a 9, and
Oh,
that
never-
game is
oh,
a travesty of
that's
I've never
programming.
played it, but
That's
I've
you don't want
heard
to.
about
No,
it.
that's a
and I
tough
heard
one.
it sucked.
Watch it. We did do it. It took us total about 30 hours.
20.
Well,
20.
it was
Off
over
camera.
20.
Off camera, I did 20.
You did 20 alone. We played
Oh yes,
on
that's right. Yeah,
camera
for 10
about
hours.
10.
Yeah, that's true. It was
so,
30. Yeah.
because that's what made Castle Quest so fucking brutal is the fact that if you fuck up early, it doesn't show until you're 2 hours deep.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, you don't know it, and you don't know where you fucked up. So the game's almost not even emulatable because save states do you no good.
Yeah, save states would do you no good on that game.
The game's
Yeah.
watch our videos. It's a 21 parter, I think, but it's
a lot.
Oh, man.
It's a when you can pull it off, it's sweet. That's why we have it immortalized with that.
I've got the map framed.
Even
yeah.
that map wasn't even
Helpful?
as super helpful.
No,
I mean, it
it
told
really
you where to
wasn't.
go, but not what to do.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, without that map, I don't even think the game is possible.
No.
I really don't.
Damn.
So.
But
But yes, I will up this. I'll go to the consensus. I will give it a 6 though, because it is difficult.
I don't think
and
it's a 5 in average.
No,
I
it's
don't
that's okay.
Your average
Yeah.
gamer will get
6.
frustrated with this too early and they'll quit.
Yeah, I think just because I thought it's more easy than
The first
Ninja
one.
Gaiden 1 is, but I went a little bit too overzealous on it. So yeah, I'll give it a 6. I will
All
agree
right.
with you guys. It's
I gotta
6.
say it's no higher than a 7, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems right. 6-7 split. I like it. All right, so from there we'll move on to fun. Honestly, for fun, it does control fairly well, even though I did not display well. It does control pretty tight. I have to say the hitboxes actually aren't terrible.
With the
they're
regular
not
enemies,
super.
well, it's funny because I didn't have as much trouble here.
Yeah.
As I did before, and so it's like it did feel like the hitboxes, like the enemies I was getting
Yeah.
more consistently. So
I mean, there are games where they're crisper, but there
Yeah.
are games where they are much sloppier.
yeah.
So the hitboxes actually are pretty good. Honestly, the huge draw of this game is the story.
Mhm.
I mean, the
Absolutely.
cutscenes are immaculate.
they're
That's-
amazing.
The translations are immaculate
Yeah.
to this.
That's what kept me wanting to
I don't think that there was a
keep going.
single typo either. Which
I don't think
I didn't
so.
not
see
only
anything.
did they have great grammar and great English along the way, there was not even one typographical mistake, which was so unusual because it was translated by the Japanese.
Yeah, so I would honestly, for fun, I would go maybe 7 or 8. It's really high up there.
Honestly, I myself would agree with you, and I would be on a 7, just because of the fact that yes, the hit detection. While there are some enemies where I still don't know where their hitboxes are, a lot of the regular just stage enemies, a lot of the controls are tight. They're good.
Yeah.
You're moving where you need to. I love games, of course, where you can kind of move your character when you're in the middle of a jump. It makes it so
makes
easy.
it so much easier.
It does. And I just like that you have that control over it. The music is just absolutely wonderful.
It is good. It's dynamite.
It's
love it.
always been top notch. The cinematic experience that you have with the Ninja Gaiden series is something that you will not get on any other game in the Nintendo library. It
Not at
just
all.
won't happen. This
No.
game is so interesting that I could see the replayability just up and being because you want to watch the movie again.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like the game almost becomes like.
All right, I just want to see what
it's
happens
all
next.
right, I just want the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Oh man, now I gotta make it through this just to get back to the cutscene.
Honestly, graphically, it's beautiful.
It is. It
It's
really
very
is.
vivid, very beautiful color palette. I mean,
Yeah.
actually, I'm going to solidify it at an 8. I think. It really was like a super good experience. We were half paying attention to cutscenes, but I have a feeling when I watch it again, I'm gonna absolutely love it. I love Ashtar's design.
Yes.
I even remember seeing it in the Nintendo Power, and I'm like, dude, he looks fucking badass.
I love that they brought back the enemies too, and the
Yes.
the hints to number 1 as well too.
bosses.
Even as
Malth was a mini guy. The guy with the axes was in there. The guy with the knives too, which he does jump in the game too. That's right. He throws he doesn't throw knives, but he throws.
he plants
ninja
like
stars.
the bombs, and the bombs come at you.
No, he throws ninja stars. Like
Is that
every
what they are?
it's
Yeah,
like
I
every so
I think
often.
it's stars.
Yeah,
Oh,
every
they
so
could
often
be.
he gets to one edge and then he'll throw like 2 or 3 stars.
Yeah,
or
the
something like
3
that. Yeah.
stars that come out, and you
Yep,
can kind of
exactly.
smack them down. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it's like they threw in like just little homages to number 1, and so it's like it was fantastic.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go 8, to be honest with you, just because of how well put together this game was, which is unusual for an S game.
I'm gonna I'm gonna echo your sentiments just because of the fact that it's been a long time since I've actually played a game where I've had like fun like this.
Yeah, our past few games have not.
We've been playing
good.
some pretty bad games, so you know what? This was a breath of fresh air, and honestly, just kind of thinking about like what we've been talking about throughout the whole gameplay and what we've been talking about, it's fantastic. It really is a great game. It's well done, and it has, I mean, it's a good game. It's solid, and I could see playing it again over and over again just for the cinematic experience alone.
Yeah. So I don't just. How long do you think we've been gabbing? About 20 minutes, maybe 15.
About maybe 15.
So we beat this hour and a half.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention what our end time was.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, it was about.
It's probably an hour and a half.
Yeah, this is about. We're rounded about an hour 55, and I would assume since the thing we've been talking about 20 minutes, so about hour and a half.
Well,
it took us.
And maybe even a little bit less because of the intro and stuff like that.
So hour and a half took us to tackle this game.
So.
But what do you give this game for fun?
What's your fun on this one?
Me?
Yeah.
Even though I didn't play it, I'm probably biased on it because this game I loved as a kid, and just like Paul was saying, kept playing it, playing it, even when I was done, just because of the story.
Yeah.
Well, not only because of the story, I wanted to see what happened next, and the graphics are so good on this. But getting to that point, for me, it's a 10.
There it is.
And I think you two knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it's a 10,
Oh, yeah.
especially after what Paul said.
Yeah.
You can see someone just playing this over and over and over again, just play it. And like I said, after school, every day, it was usually this game, and I'd play through it until I beat it. I've beaten this game so many times. And that just tells you right there how fun this game is.
Yeah, I'm the same way with Guardian Legends.
Because you never get tired of it. Honestly, I could see never getting tired of this.
And the music is so awesome.
It's very good.
It was recorded on a tape.
Which actually now it makes me curious to see how we're gonna like Ninja Gaiden 3. It might be a different experience because it's limited continues.
And see, that one's going to get a higher difficulty than the other two, in my opinion, just
hands
because
down.
of the limited amount of continues.
And I don't know about that one because I've only literally spent like maybe 5 to 10 minutes on that one.
Yeah, likewise. I remember the sub item you get where it shoots the 2 things above you, and then they kind of swirl and then back.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I got that far.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I remember is that sub weapon. I thought that was kind of cool because then it almost makes it easier to deal with those enemies that you are like, oh fuck, I'm gonna jump on them, and then you can kind of shoot those things below you, which is cool. So I always love that idea. But yeah, I'm curious to see what that's gonna end up doing.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we got,
all right.
What was it? 6 for difficulty, about 8 for fun.
8 for fun.
Let's move on to price point. Paul, what'd you pay for Ninja Gaiden 2?
So, a while back we had talked about how I had found, so I went to a rummage sale, back in like 1999 or something like that. It was a long time ago. And we were looking, it was me and my brother and my mom, we were looking for a Nintendo. We ended up finding a Nintendo with the hookups, 2 controllers, the joystick, and 9 games. Ninja Gaiden 2 was actually one of the games that was included in that lot. So, and we got all of it for like $35.
That's a good price.
So, no, not the box. Not the box.
And manual?
The box and manual I actually did not pay for, though, because that was another one of those boxes and the manuals that I got from a friend who I was collecting Star Wars toys and stuff with him. He was a big Star Wars collector, and I was starting to get out of it and getting into the Nintendo collecting, and video game collecting.
That must
and
have been
so
around the time
he had a whole bunch of boxes, and so I traded him some Star Wars stuff for all of his empty boxes. And so I got Ninja Gaiden 2, the box and the instruction booklet for free. So, I mean, it breaks down. I probably paid like $2-3 for the game, and then box and instruction booklet didn't pay anything. So about $3 for everything.
All right.
That's not bad at all.
No. It's a pretty good deal considering this game is you'll probably find this one for a little bit pricey at the stores. So
as of this video on PriceCharting.com, $10.18.
really?
Card only?
Card only.
Card only?
That's usually what we base the price on.
Okay.
Card only, $10.
I figured
roughly
15, 20.
Yeah, I would have thought that it was more in like the 15 to 20 range myself too.
It's not the third one though.
As
No,
if I
it's
have
not.
to ask, do you feel that's worth it?
Hell yes.
For the quality
Absolutely.
of game you actually get, I would easily have paid $60. Which was
Absolutely.
what it would have been at release.
50. It would have been 50. Yeah,
probably
$49.99.
Easily.
Yep. Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's one of the best put together games on the system.
You
Absolutely.
get your money's worth.
I almost kind of feel like this, now that we played it again, I feel like this is severely underrated.
I honestly,
I didn't really think about it.
People don't really talk about Ninja
No.
Gaiden. I mean, they talk about it as being like one of the more popular games on the system, but people don't. I think it's like
It's about
60.
50, 60,
Yeah.
something.
But no, the game. I mean, it's a fun game to start with. It's a good game to play. Solid game, solid graphics, great music,
Yep.
great everything. But then you throw in the story to everything, and
Yeah.
it just elevates it to a level that not many games can claim to be at.
Yeah, especially with the
Yeah.
great translation, the cut, like you said, the cutscenes,
Yeah.
the color palette's great. It did so much on top of what was great about one.
The
Mhm.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it really is like kind of an unsung hero in
It really
in my
is. And in fact, yeah, like I said before, Hideo Kojima, what he was going for with Metal Gear Solid, you can't tell me that he did not find the Tecmo games, the Ninja Gaiden series, as one of his biggest inspirations for what he ended up doing.
Yeah.
Because this really is what that ended up being.
Yeah.
So,
even though this is, it's going to be quite a ways down the line before we hit 3. Currently, it goes for about $53.
53.
53.
That's less
for
than I...
ancient
less
shit
than I
of
thought,
doom.
That's still. a
Oh,
lot,
but that's,
though.
yeah, it's a lot. I remember paying $20 for my copy.
Yeah, mine. I got complete in box.
You sicken me.
I'm positive is under $10.
You sicken me.
You know what? I think I got it from the Midwest Gaming Classic.
Oh,
Like,
hey!
Probably 10 plus years ago.
Yeah, see, and that's
Wow.
before we even knew about the Midwest Gaming Classic.
Yeah, we've only been going to the Classic for, I want to say, about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
I bet
think
you it was
5 or
no
6
more
years.
than 10.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so that'll do it for Ninja Gaiden 2. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank
and,
you, Chris.
chatting with us.
This was fun.
We'll have
was
to have
fun.
you on again soon.
So hit us up on Facebook.
Hit us up on Twitter.
Check us out at PowerShipGaming.tv. It'll take you right to our channel where you can watch all of our other playthroughs. You can watch us play Ninja Gaiden, and you can watch all of our other games that we've struggled through and that we've had fun with, and watch our other side quest videos too that are off of the Power Quest.
This is game number 150, actually.
This is game 150.
Yeah,
Holy
really?
cow, we've been doing this for a long time.
And it's taken us this long to
It
get
has
here.
taken us this long to get to 150.
13
Ouch.
years of the projected completion of this collection might not be... It might be more like 18.
Yeah, maybe a lot
We're not
more
even
than
a
that.
quarter of the way.
No, we're not. Not yet. Nope. Another
we-
18 games.
We did, yeah, 18 games is about what's going to put us at a quarter.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
So we're almost there. So
Next time on... I almost called it Facefuck. Next time on Power Trip! Jesus.
your face is gonna get fucked up.
We'll play something better. We'll play something better. Holy fuck!
Next time on Facefuck.
Holy
Really, what is wrong with you?
I don't know where that came from, but for some reason a big F stuck in my brain and I'm like, Facefuck? Naturally. God damn, I'm an idiot.
Goodness.
This is what I have to deal with. This is what I have to deal with.